got yourself something funky.
It's a duo.
Hello.
Hello.
It's usually a duo, but I mean, sometimes you don't start off that way.
Yep, won't do that. That's too close up.
Too close. Okay.
Yeah, we'll go like that.
Right.
Right.
Again. Cool.
So we are live.
We are indeed.
Here we go. Just making sure.
Doesn't look like we have anyone here yet, but we are live.
I think Stu might be having a little drinky poo because it's Sunday evening. I'm not 100% certain on that one. There is 2 viewers. Can't see who they are. If you'd like to give us a wave, it's Charlie Whitmore.
Hey, Charlie.
Evening, Charlie, dude.
Up.
Oh, what's all happened? Something's all just popped up on my computer here, there, and everywhere. Get off. There we go. Something about 40 hours of free driving lessons just popped up on my screen.
Nobody needs that.
Don't know where I don't know. I could do with 40 hours of free driving lessons. Think about it.
Oh, fair enough. I couldn't. I can't legally drive.
Me neither, because I haven't got any driving license, but I could legally drive if I got one.
Yeah, but see, I don't have the depth perception.
You've got vision problems.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I don't think it'd be wise to give me free driving lessons.
No, it's not going to do you any good, really.
Nah.
So, you gave the game away in the back room, so I know what sources you've got this week.
I mean, you sent them to me, dude. You should know.
I didn't know that was what you were going to be doing this week, though. I do now.
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago, a few weeks back, most of a month back at this point, Luciano sent me some sources, and they arrived completely shattered. Just in pieces. Yeah, huge mess. We posted about it just because I want to know who'd send them to me, because he didn't say anything about them. And then the company got in touch and sent me a bunch free. And we thought they'd sent replacements. And they kind of had. But they weren't quite the same set of sources that Luciano had sent me. So we have a couple more to try today.
To finish the bunch.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see them too well there because they've rotated in the box, but we'll get to them in a second. First off, however, we have a little something else that I picked up. Now, this is a Tesco sauce, but it's a Tesco sauce I was particularly interested in. This is Varro's Jollof sauce. I don't know if you know what Jollof is.
Sounds West African.
Yeah, it's an African spiced rice dish. Basically, imagine if you cook up your white rice like normal, except instead of water, you used a Scotch bonnet and ginger tomato soup. Essentially. It is packed full of flavor. It's absolutely delicious. And then you just throw whatever fried food you like over the top. Maybe a bit of coleslaw on the side. And yeah, I had it at a friend's birthday party once. Absolutely loved it. They had way too much. I was eating it for a week. And it still didn't put me off. So I saw this and went, ooh, I could do that again. I could add that flavor to everything. No. No, this is garbage.
What a disappointment.
And you can see I'm through the bottle. I had a little bit of it on something. It tasted like a tomato puree, that sort of thick, cooked down, slightly chemically taste. Wasn't very nice. And okay, this is clearly more of a cooking sauce. You know, turned to my dad who was making rice and just went, hey, put half of this in there. He clearly wasn't listening properly, put the whole bottle in. The rice was stupidly hot. It was difficult to eat, which I was quite surprised at. But there was still basically no flavor to it, and what little there was tomato. There was none of the spices, none of the ginger, none of the Scotch bonnet there. It was just tomato and heat. Really, really disappointing.
Evening, Alan, dude.
Yeah, we see you, Stu. No worries.
Yeah, you're showing up, Stu.
Yeah, the full list of ingredients starts out with water. Then we've got tomato paste, 26%, red pepper puree, 19%, onion puree, refined sunflower oil, salt, red chili. What else we got? Yeah, 5% red chili paste, apple cider vinegar, ginger puree, garlic puree, bay leaf powder, oregano powder. I would have hoped I could taste some of those, but just no.
Just not
Remarkably, no.
enough.
No, it's just hot tomato puree.
Sounds like it's got all the right ingredients, but just not in decent quantities.
Or something like that, but the tomato could do with being a bit more real still.
Evening, Dean, dude.
And yeah, very disappointed by this, especially as supermarket sauces go. Barrow's Jollof sauce was surprisingly expensive. It was like 280 or something.
So that was a massive flop.
Yeah.
And they can't say you didn't give it a good enough go because the bottle's gone.
Yeah, exactly. It was worth trying. It was worth showing off as sort of a talking point.
Yep.
And saying, hey, maybe look into a Jollof recipe, make your own. Because it is wonderful stuff.
Yep.
This just isn't it. But, I thought I was going to do this last week. I had to be away for various reasons. So this bottle's been sitting on my shelf a little while. And it seems there was something in the bottom of it because it's now full of gunk and
Don't
so
want to be doing that.
I'm gonna have to sort of get rid of this and wash my hands before we get back to the actual main event. Be right back in just a second.
See you in a bit, dude. Didn't like the sound of that, whatever the gunk was in the bottom of the bottle. Thanks for tagging there, Stu. And we have blue screen. Superman's going to pop up soon. Come on, Coran. If anybody's got any sauces you'd like Coran to chuck round his taste buds, just drop a message and let us know, and we'll see if we can sort out how to get some of them to him. The more unusual, the better. He's left me. Well, this is interesting. Hi.
Right, that's that dealt with. Let's try some actually good sauces, shall we?
Evening, Adam.
I mean, I'm assuming they'll be actually good sauces because the other three definitely were. But let's get them out and see what you've given me. So we have two from them this time. We have a Blue Label mild one, which contains, let's see, coconut sugar, fresh ginger, fresh garlic, lime juice, fresh green chili, fresh large red chili, fresh peppers, white sugar, water, salt. So there's nothing unique in this one. But then again, we had two different variations on the base recipe last time that had quite a distinct difference between them, despite the fact that there was no difference in ingredients.
And for anybody
So-
that's out there that's a coconut hater, you would have picked up on the word coconut. Take no notice of it.
Coconut sugar does taste a little different to regular sugar. It has a tiny bit of bitterness to it to offset the sweet. It's almost caramelly in that regard, like real homemade caramel. But I mean, you're not going to notice that in a sauce, really. At least not significantly. So it's just going to be like any other sugar.
It
Theoretically, it's
definitely doesn't
better
taste of
for you.
coconut.
Possibly better for the environment. Definitely doesn't taste of coconut.
Nope.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Yep.
But yeah, there's the bottle for you. This is specifically their ginger chili sauce, but I think a few of the others were as well. Does look relatively thin in the bottle, like before. Okay, that smells of basically nothing but a lot of ginger. Ingredients list does state below it 21%. And then a total of 5% chili. Yeah, very thin sauce. Quite a lot of chunks, though. Yeah, little sweet, very gingery, very fresh, definite tang to it. I think I personally prefer the other two, but at the same time, I do like just the sheer amount of ginger in this one. So yeah, yeah, definitely happy with this. Coconut cream, interesting. Although, yeah, at the same time, I understand that because, well, now, korma is regular cream, but a lot of Thai curries are coconut milk or coconut cream based, and they're delicious. And yet, I'm not a huge fan of coconut either. So yeah, it really depends what you do with it.
Interesting that Charlie's the opposite. He actually likes coconut, but doesn't like the coconut cream or milk.
Oh, very interesting.
I hate coconut, but that's pretty much in all forms, apart from one, which is the Bounty bars, Bounty chocolate bar.
Oh,
Don't know
Bounty?
why.
Don't like it, can't stand it, horribly coconutty. Midnight Bounty, absolutely delicious. Midnight being the dark chocolate version that just somehow works with the coconut and makes the coconut nice.
The dark chocolate Bounty is
Yeah, can't stand the
perfect.
regular.
Yeah.
Has to be the dark.
Yeah. There you go,
And
Dean.
next
Dark
up,
chocolate Bounty.
on the exact opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Luang Prabang special. A Prabang, but their red hot Laos sauce.
This is the
And as
special
you can
one,
see,
yeah.
it is very red. This one is fresh Scotch bonnet peppers first and foremost, then red bird's eye chili, dried ground chili of an unspecified variety, garlic, red pepper, red onion, salt, brown sugar, paprika, vinegar, water. They've taken all the ginger out and just replaced it with more chili.
And paprika.
And specifically Scotch bonnet by the sounds of it. Yeah, yeah, there is a touch of paprika in there. Let's see. The Luang Prabang Special Edition has serious heat for chili lovers that really want to liven up their dishes or want the ultimate spicy dipping sauce. Because, yeah, as we know, these are designed as dipping sauces that you might use with your Chinese, even though, well, not quite the same culture, but this looks like more like a real sauce or even a syrup in consistency.
This one I would definitely suggest dipping your chicken nuggets and
Yeah,
etc.
yeah,
in.
definitely got the same sort of scent, same sort of tangy scent as one of the more vinegary ketchups out there. Does have a little sweetness up front, which is surprising given there's no sugar in the ingredients.
You
But as you can probably hear, it has quite a kick to it too. And yeah, the flavor is very red chili and onion.
Even in a sip. Happy birthday, Adam. It's Adam Robertson's birthday.
Happy birthday.
So on a heat level, that one, it's quite a bit warmer than the others you've tried.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's anything too unreasonable for a Scotch bonnet sauce, but it's got a good lasting kick for a Scotch bonnet sauce. And it is very much a red chili and onion flavor to it. I wouldn't say it was specifically Scotch bonnet. Bird's eye and dried chilies in there to give it more of a rounded red pepper flavor to it, but oh wait, no, there is brown sugar on the ingredients list. I just spotted that again, but it's still fairly low down. Oh, still surprising how sweet this is up front. It's not too sweet. It's not as sweet as ketchup, say, but it definitely I can see why you'd put this on nuggets.
I'd dip all sorts with that one, but like I say, I'd use it as a sauce I'd dip into. rather than a sauce I'd put on anything, because that way around I can control how deep I dip.
Yeah, I can see you with that. I might be inclined to try something like a taco with it, but for the most part, yeah, dipping.
Anything I could dip into, yeah. Even something weird like a gyro or something like that, but I'd still only dip a little bit. I wouldn't put it actually in.
Some people do, Adam.
Yeah,
A
the
lot of
vinegary
times,
zing tang comes in with some things, but not others.
the really vinegary ones you get in supermarkets, they tend to be pretty tacky, pretty just they've cheaped out on ingredients and replaced them with vinegar. But you can
Yes.
get some genuinely well-made ones that carry a lot of flavor through that tang.
Yeah.
I had a delicious one time from just some guy who wanted a better version of Tabasco for his sandwich shop. And so it had really nice fresh tomatoes, habanero rather than milder peppers, but less of it to achieve roughly the same heat. And just, yeah, it was really full of flavor. And just that bit of mozzarella, bit of bay leaf, wonderful sandwich. No, sorry, not bay leaf. What am I saying? Basil. Just, yeah,
Yeah.
really wonderful fresh sandwich.
Some of those zingy tangy ones, they go great in anything like a greasy cheeseburger, because they cut through the greasiness of the cheeseburger.
Yeah, yeah, and I do actually quite like them on the nuggets as well.
Yeah.
This I wouldn't say is quite that level of zingy tangy, but it's definitely got some of that. And I do like this. Scorpion Tabasco was a shock to me because there were two things I was expecting from it. One was the tropical flavor that it had mentioned on the label, and two was the vinegar of Tabasco. It had a degree of the latter, it had none of the former. It was just a tangy scorpion sauce, and even then, there was way less vinegar in it than Tabasco's usual.
Yeah, that's the one. The zingy tangy
Oh
sauce
god,
with the
yeah.
melted cheese. It's what does
Oh
it.
yeah. And we were looking at the Godzilla sauces the other week, and that went great over macaroni cheese or lasagna. Still got the hiccups from that one. They're really sticking with me. And unfortunately, I'm out of milk tonight.
He's vanished again. I'm going to vanish too then. Leave you all
Yeah,
alone.
sorry, I had half a glass of water hidden off to the side. Let's try to find it.
Mine wasn't water. It was still hidden off to the side though.
Yeah. Gotta keep your secret stuff off there.
That was it, Stu. He was doing a Luciano person.
Yeah, pretty much.
So where would you rate that one on heat?
I'd say a solid high 3.5.
I thought it was a bit
It's
hotter than that, but that's me. I'm a wimp.
I could be convinced to go to a 4, but not beyond that, really. It's a high Scotch bonnet kind of heat.
It's high up on the Scotch bonnet heat, yeah.
It's not, it's not ghost pepper. It's not anything like that. Chocolate habaneros will also hit me harder.
Or a good birthday, dude. See you a bit.
Okay, yep. See you, dude. Have a good one.
Yeah, I thought it was on the high end of the habaneros, but I think that's because it's
Yeah.
got bird's eyes in as well, so you got that double
Yeah,
hit.
you got that quick annuum heat and also the slower Scotch bonnet one. It definitely is a more rounded heat.
Very well balanced.
Well made. I'd say it's probably slightly less unique than their others, just because a lot of people make a mixed red chili sauce. But even then, it's a good version of that.
It carries their own signature.
Yeah, even if it's not quite the same signature ingredients as the others.
Yep.
'Cause it's not got the ginger there.
Anything else to show us?
Just those 3 for tonight, but
So I'm guessing that one was your favourite of the evening because the mild one just didn't quite light you up at all.
yeah, the mild one was nice, but you're probably right. It probably was that one.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
overall, though, I might actually have liked their green one even more.
The dark green one.
The green one that was actually a green chili sauce, but also still had the sweet zing of ginger.
Yeah, that surprised me because it was a green sauce and it was actually nice. And I've always said I won't like green sauces. So.
Yeah, it's always great when one comes out and just completely surprises you.
Charlie did it the last time round. A green sauce. That see, not everything that's green tastes
a green
bad.
chili sauce, even is it? It's a garlic sauce with green chili.
It's green.
It is green, but it's garlic first and foremost.
Yeah,
Yeah, these are
everybody
definitely
loves
worth
garlic.
picking up, Stu. It seems as though the whole yo-yo ranges.
Yeah, the whole yo-yo range is definitely a sauce set to have in your little collection and play with.
I've thoroughly enjoyed all of them.
Especially if you like stir fries and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or even just any salads, because some of them will actually just go where you could just pick salads and breads up and use them as.
Yeah. And I was talking about jollof earlier. If you want to just fry up some rice and then add it to that,
Yep.
it won't be quite jollof, but you'll get that gingeriness to it. It'll be a good time.
Fry it with a bit of ribeye steak, chop it nice and thin, chuck it in with your rice while you're frying it up, little splash of that, boom.
Oh, now you're getting fancy, but that sounds good.
Made myself hungry now.
Huh? You got plenty of time to get a nice evening meal in, if you've not already.
Yeah, Stu just confirmed it's definitely superb with rice.
Hold it.
Well, I think there's only one thing left to do then, dude.
Oh, is it you disappear and me try and do an outro while not understanding what you mean by an outro? Cool. Okay, then. Well, we've only really had 2 worthwhile ones today. Won't bother with Tesco's nonsense again. But we've had 2 more. Yo-Yo Laos sauce. Their blue one, their mild ginger sauce that is very gingery, nice and sweet. A good time, but maybe a little light on the heat. And then their Luang Prabang special, which is surprisingly lacking in the ginger, but has a nice little bit of sweetness up front and is otherwise a tangy mixed red chili blend with a good high Scotch bonnet heat. And sadly, none of the ginger, but still a very nice sort of onion undertone. I liked it a lot. And as said, great as a dipping sauce. You can find any of these on, where was the web address on here again? Oh, I wish I knew. Oh, here we go. yoyolaossauce.co.uk. That's YOYOLAOS sauce. I'm not going to spell that for you. .co.uk. There you go. And I will catch you next week, hopefully. And who knows what we'll have then. See you, everyone.
Rose.